All right, so now we're just going to apply what we just found for the derivative of arcsine and derivative of arctangent. Okay, so um, here we have a function, it's the arcsine of x plus 1 now instead of x. All right, so we're going to find the derivative of dy dx, right? The derivative of y, dy dx. And so instead of x, we've got x plus 1. So it's basically, 1 over the square root of 1 minus, and instead of having x squared, we're just going to plug in x plus 1 squared. Okay? Simple as that. Now, it's a composite function, so we should also be sure to use the chain rule here. Now, but in this case, the derivative of x plus 1 is just 1. So, it's just going to be this times 1. So it's just this. All right, but here we have to be a little more careful. All right, so let's do f prime of x. And okay, so instead of x, we have 3x. So I'm just going to use 3x instead of x. All right, and so we're going to get 1 over 1 plus 3x squared, which is the whole quantity 3x squared, I should say, which is 9x squared, all right? So that quantity 3x squared becomes 9x squared. But don't forget about the chain rule. So now we have to take that times the derivative of the inside function, which is 3x. So it's going to be that times 3. Okay, so I could make this a little neater and rewrite it as 3 over 1 plus 9x squared. All right, let's look at the next one. All right, here we have another arctangent. We want to take the derivative of it. So g prime of x is equal to, okay, I'm just going to substitute, wherever I had x before, I'm going to substitute 2 minus x. So we have 1 over 1 plus 2 minus x squared. Okay, and then don't forget about the chain rule. It's easy to forget about that. And so we're going to take all of that times the derivative of the inside function, which is just going to be minus 1. Okay, and if I want to be, OCD about it, I can clean it up a little bit and write it this way. Okay, so same thing. Now, I'm not going to worry about squaring out this thing because unless I have a reason to expand this 2 minus x term, I'm just going to leave it. Don't worry about it. Just leave it. Okay, it's not worth your time unless there's a reason. And, if some problems are, there's a reason to expand that out, but in this case, not. All right, so f prime of y. Okay, we have another function. Now it's arcsine of y squared. All right, so we're going to apply the formula we know for the derivative of arcsine. All right, so it's going to be 1 over the square root of 1 minus y squared squared becomes y to the 4th. And don't forget about the chain rule. So we had to take the derivative of the inside function, which is 2y. Okay, and then we're done. And but we could write it this way if we want to. All right, so 1 minus y to the 4th. There we go. Easy as pie, right?